In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Respected viewers, in whichever house this remembrance of Allah is recited just once after the Maghrib prayer, every child in that household becomes a billionaire. Respected viewers, in whichever house this single Wazifa, spiritual practice, or this single Tasbih is recited after Maghrib prayer, every child in that house immediately becomes a millionaire. A storm of wealth arises in the house. Angels of wealth bring provisions and money from such unexpected sources that no one could imagine. After Maghrib, you only need to spare a few seconds and recite this practice in the way prescribed. You will spend the rest of your life surrounded by wealth. You will spend your entire life immersed in money. No matter where you are in the world, whichever city or country you live in, once the Maghrib prayer is completed in your city, you can recite this Wazifa while still sitting on your prayer mat, or, if you wish, recite it any time before Isha, i.e., during the time between Maghrib and Isha. You can perform this practice at any point before the call to the Isha prayer. As soon as you finish the Maghrib prayer and say Salam, recite this Wazifa immediately, and if someone forgets at that time, they can still perform this practice any time between Maghrib and Isha. This is such a powerful practice. Dear friends, brothers and sisters, try reciting this Wazifa after Maghrib just once in your lifetime. Witness the miracle with your own eyes. Wealth, sustenance and money will seek you out the way a thirsty person searches for water. If you don't experience showers of wealth from all directions, then you may hold me accountable. If a storm of wealth does not arise in your life from every side, then tell me I was wrong. To those people who say to you, your luck is bad, your destiny is doomed, you're unfortunate, you'll never progress, you'll never become rich, recite this practice today and show them how wealthy you can become. Those who are deeply drowned in debt, whose every hair seems trapped by loans, creditors have given them a last warning, demanding repayment and threatening consequences. For immediate relief from debt, I am about to tell you the only true practice in the world. I am about to give you the most powerful practice in the world that can rescue you from death. Trust in Allah, the Lord of Majesty and Honor, and recite this Wazifa exactly in the way I have described. Inshallah, you will spend the rest of your life raising your hands in supplication, praying for me. Brothers, what you could not attain all your life, inshallah, you will attain it the moment you recite this one practice. If upon reciting this practice, the worries of your entire life do not disappear, then hold me accountable. Respected viewers, those who say, we do spiritual practices and rituals but get no benefit, let me tell them as well. Today, recite this small practice in the way I've explained. Inshallah, you'll be raising your hands in prayers and blessings. If the locked doors of your fate don't open within a single day, then tell me I was wrong. Today, my sisters who are sick and troubled, who have burdened themselves with worries due to lack of sustenance, who have invited illnesses upon themselves, my sisters, my brothers, do not lose courage or hope. Trust in Allah, the Lord of Majesty and Honor, and recite this small practice as I have taught you. Witness the miracle with your own eyes. This practice does not require hours or even minutes of sitting. You do not have to devote an entire day to recite it. All you have to do is that as soon as the Maghrib prayer has been offered in your country, your city, immediately after the Maghrib prayer, perform this practice, or if you prefer, recite it any time before Isha, within the time between Maghrib and Isha. You can recite it throughout this period. Understand this practice thoroughly. I've already told you the timing. You may recite it daily after Maghrib if you wish, or just once in your lifetime. If you recite it even once, I can say with absolute certainty that you will include this practice in your daily life thereafter. Those brothers and sisters who say, we do spiritual practices but nothing works, we've become exhausted with reciting, let me tell them that they must recite this practice just once in their lifetime, trusting in Allah, the Lord of Majesty and Honor. It is impossible for anyone who recites this practice not to become wealthy immediately. This practice should also definitely be performed by those who have no support, who have no source of income, who have been rejected and humiliated by people, those people who do not respect you or give you importance because of your empty pockets. Inshallah, as soon as you recite this practice, they will respect you and place you upon their heads. Today, people only salute money, but remember, money is not everything in life. A wealthy father once took his son to a remote village to show him how people live in poverty. They spent the day with a poor farmer. On the way back, the father asked his son, "What lesson did you learn from seeing poverty?" The son replied, "We have a swimming pool, but they have a river. We have one book, but they have four. We have electric bulbs to light our nights, but they have shining stars. We buy our food, but they grow their own. We have walls for protection, but they have relatives and friends. We own encyclopedias bound in many volumes, but they have the holy book. They have clean air, peaceful surroundings, lush green fields, and fresh fruits." The boy looked at his father and said, "Dad, how poor we are." The priceless blessings of the world cannot be bought with money. Health, intelligence, good character, trust, etiquette, respect, honor, friends, relatives, the love and obedience of children, peace of mind, a satisfied conscience. These are all part of a long list that has nothing to do with money. All the hustle and bustle of life is not just about wealth. Even if money is less, life can still be beautiful and full of charm. We exhaust ourselves in the race for money. We lose valuable people for material things. We push away living, breathing humans in order to accumulate lifeless objects. We try to stand taller on piles of possessions. In the pursuit of luxury, status and fame, lines appear on our faces, our hair turns silver, and our vitality starts to fade. Sometimes we gain everything, and sometimes our hard work bears no fruit. Even after gaining it all, we realize that our hearts are empty of peace, sincerity, love, and affection. Only then do we truly feel the worthlessness of money and become convinced that real wealth is not money. People living in luxurious grand homes may seem prosperous, but wealth often brings illnesses and worries along with it. Money can buy everything, but it can't consume everything. There's a Punjabi proverb that says, "Those with big heads have big headaches." The wealthier a person, the greater their anxieties and complications. Unknown fears, unseen worries, nameless stress, and mental pressure paint the colors of life. Doctors' checkups, prescriptions, lab reports, files piled high, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety tablets become part of life's package. They say a poor person is one who has no friends. Life without friends is dull and tasteless. Friends become helpers in trouble, companions in sorrow, and they add sparkle to your joys. The joy of a gathering with sincere friends cannot be bought anywhere. After a tiring day's work, returning home to see children's smiling faces washes away all fatigue. Children's innocent words, their affectionate hugs, their mischievous jokes, and their love make the home a fortress where fountains of affection flow. Parents who shower selfless prayers, a spouse who cares for every need, siblings who share in joys and sorrows, all these things are priceless. Even if money is less, life's radiance does not fade. So stop thinking that everything in life is only about money. Be content with whatever Allah has granted you, and always pray to Him for success and progress. Respected viewers, those people whose households are struggling or are drowning in debt, this practice is for them. Today, I am about to tell you a practice, Amal, that will astonish you. That compared to this Amal, all worldly sustenance and wealth is nothing. Even the treasures of the entire world, if you ask for them from the generous Lord today, will be poured into your lap. You must, under all circumstances, make this Amal a part of your life. If for any reason you don't recite this Amal today, if you neglect it today, then believe me, you will regret it for the rest of your life. You will spend your entire life lamenting, "Alas, we were given the opportunity and we wasted it." For reciting this Amal, there's no restriction on the day, no restriction on the place. There's only one restriction, and that's the timing. You must recite it immediately after the Maghrib prayer or any time between Maghrib and Isha. You can do it like this. Suppose you prayed the Maghrib prayer in the mosque and in your haste forgot to perform the Amal and left for work. Then, while walking on the road, even before Isha, you can still recite this Amal. My sisters, if you pray Maghrib at home and then forget, you can still recite this Amal at any time before Isha. If you miss it one day, recite it the next day. Recite it 3 times in a month if you wish, or recite it daily. There's no restriction, but it must be done during this specific time between Maghrib and Isha, because this is the time during which supplications made are not rejected. And whoever performs this small Amal between Maghrib and Isha until today, whoever has been told about this Amal during this blessed time, has never complained. I didn't benefit. By Allah's command, whoever has recited this Amal has always raised their hands in prayer, always blessed me, and has always experienced a flood of wealth. Their entire life becomes a life where they play in wealth and money. Even if they perform this Amal just once in their lifetime, this Amal is my personal tested practice. I'm telling this Amal to my distressed brothers and sisters, a practice through which countless people have already gained immense benefits. I always tell you, the Amal, that upon being recited, countless people have seen their wishes fulfilled. If you don't believe my words, then try this Amal first, and then say for yourself whether I have indeed told you a true Amal. If you don't believe my words, first recite this Amal. Whoever has performed this Amal has always told me, our circumstances changed, our hardships disappeared, our difficulties were relieved. My friends, brothers, sisters, this is the Amal that even those distressed brothers and sisters who have spent their entire lives performing various wazifas and practices, yet found no benefit, those who see no effect from any wazifa, whose situations never change, whose poverty never leaves their homes. Whenever I have told this Amal to such suffering brothers and sisters, they have always raised their hands in supplication after performing it, praying for me endlessly. I do not know what special secret lies in this Amal, but whoever recites it, their destiny changes. I don't know what special secret lies in this Amal, but the circumstances of the one who recites it transform within minutes. The locked doors of destiny open upon reciting this Amal. Sustenance, wealth and money search for the person reciting this Amal, just like a thirsty person searches for water. If your home does not fill with wealth from all sides after performing this Amal, then hold me accountable. If showers of wealth do not begin pouring upon you from every direction, then hold me accountable. If you don't believe my words, recite this Amal and then say whether I truly told you a genuine Amal. So recite this Amal today and then say whether I have indeed shown you the very practice you were waiting for, the practice that upon being recited changes your circumstances. Even today, many brothers and sisters ask on WhatsApp about this Wazifa. This Wazifa recited after Maghrib prayer is such that it does not keep its reciters waiting for results. This Wazifa shows its effects immediately and fulfills the reciter's needs, desires and wishes promptly. Respected viewers, now I am about to explain this Amal to you. Understand every word, every sentence, so that no mistakes remain when you perform it. Understanding the Amal is even more important than merely reciting it, because if you don't understand it, you'll inevitably make mistakes while reading it. So, for God's sake, understand every single word and detail thoroughly, so that there are no errors in performing this Amal. As I have told you, recite it immediately after Maghrib prayer or any time during the period between Maghrib and Isha. If you recite it immediately after Maghrib, obviously you'll be sitting on your prayer mat, so you can recite it while sitting there. Whether you're in a shop, an office, a mosque, wherever you are, wherever you find a peaceful spot to sit, perform it there. Steps to perform the Amal. First, recite any Durud Sharif once. it takes just 15 to 25 seconds. For me, it takes about 15 seconds. For you, it might be 5 seconds more or less. So, you only need to spare 15 to 20 seconds. And, trusting in Allah, begin reciting this Amal. If you know Durood Ibrahimi, recite that. If you remember Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, recite that. Or recite Sallallahu Ala Muhammad, whichever you prefer. After reciting Durood Sharif, immediately hold your Tasbih, rosary, in your hands. If you don't have one, then count on your right hand's fingers. The first special Wazifa you need to recite in this Amal is the King of Wealth Wazifa, the Wazifa that fills the house with wealth. Recite Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah 7 times. The second Wazifa you must include in this Amal after Maghrib is a miraculous Wazifa, also the King of Wealth Wazifa that fills the home with wealth. Recite Ya Hamim, Ya Hamim, Ya Hamim 11 times. The third Wazifa is a marvelous tried and tested Wazifa, the King of Wealth Wazifa that brings down a rain of wealth and fills the home with abundance. Recite Ya Kareem, Ya Kareem, Ya Kareem 7 times. Finally, recite a short ism, name of Allah, to complete the Amal. Recite Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak 3 times. Then recite Durood Sharif once more and complete the Amal. Pray afterward as much as you wish. Insha'Allah, every prayer of yours will be accepted. If you liked the video, please like it. For more Islamic Wazifas and spiritual content, follow the Islamic Wazifa channel. Respected viewers, for blessings, increase and expansion in your sustenance, always write one of the 99 names of Allah in the comment section.